Do you ever wonder how you stack up against all the other millions of Airbnb hosts out there? Well, in today's video, I'm going to dissect each stage of the Airbnb journey so you can see exactly where you rank, and I'm going to give you one of my best tips of how to survive each stage. If you're new here, what's the crack? My name's Dave, and I own the largest short-term rental business here in Northern Ireland. We host over 18,000 guests a year across 75 plus properties and doing about £4 million in bookings. And I've identified 6 stages that we all go through. So stage 1, and this is where probably 90% of people who want to start an Airbnb get stuck at, and that's wanting to do it but never actually starting. There's people who say or think things like, I'll start that next year, or after Christmas. No, the right time will be after this thing. Or like, I couldn't do it now because I've got this thing on, but I'll do it after that. And then, yeah, there's never a perfect time. You are procrastinating. I don't know why I have that. If tomorrow never comes. There's never a good time. All you can do is arm yourself with information, with knowledge, and start taking action. If you're feeling like you don't know enough, you're not ready enough, watch all the content on my channel. Sign up to my newsletter. I will give you my Amazon #1 best-selling book for free. If you have a few quid and you want to get actual paper copies of real things that can help you, get the blueprint, my Airbnb success blueprint. It has literally everything you need in there. But if you're telling me you don't have enough to buy a property, that works as well. You can manage other people's properties. You don't even need to buy it. In this stage, we just need to start taking action. Take a step forward. This business is not going to start itself. No one's going to come along and hand it to you. You have to go out and make it happen. If you're scared, join my community. I've got a community for people who haven't even started up to like 3 properties. You can get a 30-day free trial. I am there, literally on the other hand of that link, to help you just get started. Don't be one of the vast majority of people who actually subscribe to this channel who will never get started. Stage 2 is someone who has just got started, and I'd say they're in their first year or so. And this is equally exciting and terrifying. You are so enthusiastic, but you are making mistake after mistake after mistake. Almost all the mistakes that you will ever make in this entire industry, throughout your entire Airbnb business, almost all of them you will make in this first year. And that's normal. We're learning, we don't know what we're doing, we're feeling forward, we're feeling fast. So be kind to yourself. These things do go wrong, but just know you don't have to do it yourself. Almost everyone makes almost always the same mistakes at the start. We all have been there, we all do the same things. We make pricing mistakes. We set our property at the wrong price, either too low or too high. We don't get bookings because of it. We set the wrong policy, so we don't tick a box and then all of a sudden we get stung and we have to pay out to our guests, or something really nasty happens. It's rough. We can let the wrong guests in because we're too trusting and we don't vet them and we have a hard time saying no. Or we can get bullied by guests who sort of just are much more experienced in the world of Airbnb than we are as a new host. They can bully us and like threaten us with negative reviews and just take advantage of us. So all of us will make these mistakes at the start. They can be hard to take, and look, starting an Airbnb business, it's lonely. You don't know where to turn. Your friends and family don't have experience in it, so they can't help you. But that's why this channel exists. That's why the community that I talked about exists, where we can all learn from each other's mistakes, sidestep them instead of having to make them ourselves and go through that pain. At the time of watching, I'm offering a 30-day free trial. That's a free 24/7 access to me in a Discord group. We have a call once a month, so you get on the call for free. We can have a chat for free if you want. Stage 3, you've been in the game for more than a year. You're experienced, and you're experienced enough to know better. And maybe you have a couple of properties by now, maybe you still just have one. You're enjoying the extra cash. It's nice, but you're certainly working for that. You're doing almost everything yourself. And if I have to be honest, this is where most hosts who get started get stuck. You're taking calls and messages 24/7. Like at times you can actually feel your phone buzzing in your pocket, but then when you take it out, it hasn't actually buzzed. But then as soon as you put it in, it does buzz. You've got yourself into a kind of a routine about how you run things, but it doesn't feel very efficient, and you definitely don't feel like you have enough time. The business is relentless, like the bookings just keep coming, and that's good because they're paying you, but it's hard. You get the same shit. It feels like Groundhog Day, and you're sitting thinking, what would happen if I got sick? What would happen if a bus hit me? Not that you want that to happen, obviously, but you're thinking, I would love a holiday, but if I close off availability, that's actually going to cost me lots of money. So it actually makes financial sense for me not to have a holiday, just stay here. I'll do everyone else's holiday. That's a tough place to be. And I would argue that that is not an Airbnb business. That is a job. And it's a really shit job because it's a job that you can't even take annual leave from. It's a job that won't pay you sick pay. It's a job where you have everyone's job, but it's just you. It's tough. And I would say you should not aim for that. In this stage, you do need to be outsourcing. You need to be enlisting help from people, from tech, from systems, from automation, because that's what's going to lighten the load off you, allow you to enjoy your life and this extra cash that you're getting, and potentially even grow a portfolio. And that takes us on quite neatly to stage 4, which you might think is going to be better, but actually is potentially arguably worse. And that's why I offer coaching to people in this stage, because it's what I call, and I borrowed this from Daniel Priestley, the desert, where you are too big to be small and too small to be big. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a hellish stage to be in. In my experience, this comes from anything from 3 properties all the way up to 10-ish properties. That is the desert. But in this, when you're in the desert, you are feeling swamped, completely drowning, constantly fighting fires. There's emergencies, like you have people or things working for you, but everyone's a dick. No one does their job properly or even knows how to do their job. No one can do anything as well as you. And it seems like all they're doing is throwing curveballs back up at you every day. And you can never seem to get your head above water and just get a break. You've tried to systemize some things, but the irony is you can never actually get the time. You don't have time to systemize the thing because you're so busy doing it inefficiently, so you can't even get a minute to step back and look and think, well, what is the better way to do this? Your social life is completely non-existent, and your family are a mixture of annoyed that you're just never present with them, or worried that you're gonna absolutely burn out. This is a grim place to be, and I've done videos on this before and I got a really big response. So I know that there are people out here watching this that feel like this. And honestly, if you're seeing this, please reach out to me for some help, because I'd say you have about 6 months left. You're not gonna die or anything, but I'd say like your business has around that long before you're just like, fuck this shit, you're just gone. You do not have to crash and burn in this stage, but if you don't get support, if you don't take positive steps, you absolutely will. But when you get through there, it takes you to stage 5. This is when you're through the desert. In this stage, you've got the systems nailed down. You've got tech. You've got automation. Everyone is working on your behalf. There are real people doing things for you. You've broke that wall of having to actually employ a person. You have decent people who care about what you're doing, and they have distinct jobs. Not one person that's trying to you're offloading all of your shit onto them. That doesn't work. You've learned that. You're seeing all the benefits of time freedom and growth, but the problem in this stage is cash. It felt like you had more money way back at the start in like stage 2 than you do now, even though you've got tons of properties. But if you're in the stage and you're feeling like that, do not worry, because you've just taughtened on to something very important. You've traded your money for your time back. Now that might seem like a bad idea, but trust me, that is a good idea. Number 1, because you had to, remember, or you'd be dead within 6 months. But number 2, you now have capacity to grow. You have a business that you can just plug more properties into. And add to that, number 3, you have the actual headspace and the desire and the motivation and ambition to actually want to grow this business. This is the stage where you get all that excitement back that you had back in stage 1 before you even got the keys to your first property. Remember that? Oh, the excitement, the possibilities. What could life be before you hit stage 2, 3, and 4? Now, if you're in this stage, please reach out to me. I would love to work with you and help you to grow, to reach that potential, because stage 6 is what I'm calling the promised land. In stage 6, you have got a killer business, the best business ever. It's generating bags of cash. You've got people. You've got tech to literally do all the work. You're insulated. Like, as a business owner, you are insulated and protected, even so that if half of the people who worked for you left, or if you lost half of the properties in your portfolio, you would be completely fine. In stage 6, you haven't spoken to a guest in years, and you haven't probably even been in dozens of properties that are on your books. Ever. You can be a stay-at-home dad, and on Tuesdays after doing the school run, you can film a few YouTube videos before you go and pick the kids up for their swimming lessons. Maybe you'll write an Amazon #1 best-selling book and try helping people who are stuck in stage 1 to 5. I feel very blessed to be where I am, but it hasn't happened by choice. It's been through determination, grit, single-mindedness, having a direction of where I wanted to go and what I wanted my life to look like. There's been sacrifices. There's been a hell of a lot of mistakes along the way. But I feel like the luckiest guy ever, because I am in stage 6 and I have all this stuff. And that is honestly why I do this now, this YouTube channel, and write these blogs and these videos and stuff, because I remember what it was like before then. In all of those stages before, they were some of the darkest, hardest times of my life. And I don't know that if I hadn't have kept pushing to get to where I am now, like, I could have burnt out, or I could have just stayed in that rotten stage 2, 3, where everything was just lumped on me. So if you're in any of these stages and if you need any help, please follow the links below that I've said. I am here to help you to get from the stage you're at to the next stage. And maybe you want to get to stage 6, maybe you don't, maybe you're at stage 1 and you just want to get your first property. Let me help you. And once you click those links, the next video you need to watch is this one. Now the video YouTube selects here, I'm not even going to tell you what it is. The video YouTube selects is the one it knows you need to watch based on the stage that you're at. I hope it's a good one. See you in the next one.